old Republican celebrity, here to tell you about Stipends Thongs. It's hard being a movie star, let alone trying to deal with sphincter control issues. If I've got to deliver a racist, out-of-touch monologue to a group of 70-something financiers, I need to make sure that my pants are poopless and my panty lines are invisible. That's why I trust my lower holes to Stipends Thongs when the stakes is high. Stipends Thongs offer the wearer a unique experience of looking fuckable while simultaneously shitting your pants mid-conversation. Now you can feel free to shit yourself while doing old people yoga in stretch pants, riding a white horse in a commercial, babysitting a bunch of children in a wading pool. Why can't you be sexy just because you're defecating? Why isn't there a sexy diaper on the market for seniors? All these questions and more you can now consider wiped clean and thrown away into the sanitary bin at the back of your nursing home. Crap yourself with confidence, no matter how tight the Spanx or how revealing the bathing outfit. Available in all sizes, from leukemia skinny to diabetes fat. Sleek, sexy, secreting. Stipends Thongs. Hello and welcome to Glorious and Free. I'm Bryan O'Gorman and this is my good friend Sarah Donaldson, everybody. Hi Sarah, how are you?
I'm great, Bryan, thanks.
Been a while since you've been in Canada. You moved back up here, right?
Yes, sir.
Where were you living?
I was living in New York.
New York City. I've heard of that place. Did you like it?
Fucking loved it.
Yeah, man. I think it's a big stinky shithole, but I also think it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's us, right? Big stinky shitholes.
Yeah, you know it, man. So you had a good time in New York. How long did you live in New York for?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, pumping, grinding.
So, okay, we're going to talk to you about some stuff that we actually found out about in New York. There is an entire police unit. There's a couple cops, I should say. They call it a unit, but it is a couple cops, and they're the hip-hop police unit. So they police the hip-hop community.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my name is Derek Parker. I'm the former NYPD detective that headed up the hip-hop squad. I did a lot of investigations involving a lot of rap artists and people in the music industry because of the violence that took place back in the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, when there was a lot of problems with rap artists, whether they were victims, whether they were perpetrators committing crimes, whether they were involved in a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things that I did. Have you
heard tell of this, the hip hop police?
I had no idea. I didn't think I was cool enough to go.
So actually the unit brought down a guy called Bobby Shmurda, who was, you ever heard of Shmurda?
I haven't.
He wrote a song called Hot Boy, but instead of boy, it's the N-bomb.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It went to number 3 on Billboard. Thing is, with Bobby Shmurda, he told in the middle of the song about a bunch of shootings that he was involved in and different crimes he was involved in and named the different people in there because he's so bragging. And then the cops, this hip-hop unit, picked up on it. And he's doing a 7-year bid because he had to plea. And he was like 19 or 20 when he went in. He was on.
Oh, my gosh. Was that recent? No.
No, Shmurda was like last year or something he went in. It's crazy shit, man.
Is he over at Rikers?
I don't know if he's in Rikers or where he's at, but it's like, to me, it's just a wild thing that they actually have like cops like policing a music scene like that.
It's, I'd like to see the cops too. Like, do they have to look like they're hip-hop guys? Like, what do hip-hop guys look like?
Well, that's the thing. It's like they're going to have to buy some gold chains. Imagine like, look, Sarge, man, I'm going to need some hose. I'm going to need some guns with some cobras engraved into them. I'm going to need some braids and some gold teeth. Stat. I read somewhere that if the NYPD was a standing army, they would be the 4th largest army on Earth. Isn't that crazy? But everywhere you go in New York, there's cops, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
So like in Times Square,
they've got AKs just chilling, you know, sunny noonday. Every family from all over taking pictures, and there's just AKs everywhere, and they're all just eyeing everybody down. And you're like, why am I here? How can I enjoy this? Like, there's an AK-47 right there.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh my
Who,
God.
like, because even I'm not doing anything wrong, but if someone is, I'm gonna die from that thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a fucking assault rifle. I'm not sure if they use AKs or if they use like M6s or something, but they're assault rifles regardless. They're giant machine guns, right?
Yeah.
And if you shoot somebody with those, like that goes through them, right?
Oh yeah, like 8 people into a store.
That's what I'm
Kills
thinking.
a little cashier lady.
Yeah,
At
so
the
what-
M&M store.
So those guns aren't even protecting anybody if you think about it. Like it's just sort of to intimidate, because if somebody pulls out a gun and starts shooting people in Times Square and then those guys light everybody up.
Oh yeah, because all of them want it, right? It would be from like 6 different angles to get one guy. So it would be 6 different angles of everyone fucking getting shot.
I've been to in Grand Central Station. I remember walking in there, and like you see in a lot of movies and stuff where you look up and it's just this beautiful ceiling. It's one of the most gorgeous buildings I've ever seen in my life. And I looked up and I was all like, wow, I'm in a movie. I'm in Home Alone. And then I looked down and there's just 4 Marines eye fucking me. Like, fuck you looking at, boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I think it was a little bit because I was dressed a little weird. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I love America. I love everything down there, like especially comedy. A lot of the people down there, some of the most brilliant people ever. And then you come back up, some of them are some of the dumbest people ever. Some of them are the most people. It's understated how many of them are wonderful, beautiful, massively generous people. But there's always that threat to me that I'm going to get shot in my head. Like every time I talk to an American in America, my brain in some part is going, you might have a gun. You probably have a gun. Do you have a gun? I'm like looking at their pockets and shit. Even if it's some nice lady or something, in my head, I'm just so desensitized to seeing it on the news all the time of them shooting shit up. So the second you cross that border, you're like, oh, just let out a big fart.
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy how you can feel it. I was so anti-gun, and then after living there, I'm like, yeah, fucking guns are great, man.
What? Why? You wanted one to protect you when you were down there?
Absolutely. Like, I was like, I get it.
Well,
I get it now.
This is a weird thing because I was saying this to somebody the other day, man. Like in Canada, right now they're talking about banning all handguns and all assault rifles, period. And like as a Canadian, I thought they already did that, right? So I wasn't aware that that was a fucking thing, right? But you can get handguns, you can get assault rifles still here and stuff. But because of the shooting that happened in Toronto recently, they're trying to ban all of them. I think that's a great idea inside of Canada. You don't need a gun inside of Canada. There's nobody around here for the most part that's gonna have one. Yeah. So I feel for Americans sometimes because it's like people are like, well, why do you have a gun? It's like, because motherfucker, everybody else has a gun. So what am I if I'm the only dude without one?
Yeah,
but that's
I'm an idiot.
I don't know. It's hard for me to judge them in that situation. But in Canada, fuck you. You don't need the fucking gun. You don't need it.
No.
Unless you're fucking hunting. I'm all for hunters, man. You know what I mean? We gotta, we probably need to do more hunting than factory farming. But my God, you fucking running around fucking Saskatchewan with an assault rifle. Like, there's no reason for that shit.
No.
You're just looking for a bell tower. Well, shit, man. Welcome home.
Thanks.
We just want to chill. Sick.
I had to go this way. I didn't want to knock anything.
Orcas used to swim near the ice and snow. Now the pictures get taken as they die real slow. Sea is sloppy, dorsal fin, it means the spirit's broken. Everyone loves marine jail.
Except the orcas.
Have yourself a white trash holiday. Watch animal abuse is on display. Suicidal sea lions who can't stop crying. Everyone loves marine jail.
Except the sea lions.
Niagara Falls, Ontario, not New York, the good one,
Yeah.
the pretty one. But there's a famous place there called Marineland that a lot of people in Ontario and Canada know about. Can you tell us a little bit about Marineland?
Marineland. We got a bunch of killer whales and seals and field trips, and
Yeah.
there's one roller coaster.
And it's all these like really awesome mammals, sea mammals, just crammed into an aquarium about the size of a football field. And you've got killer whales.
Not even a football field.
No?
Like, even, no way.
Oh.
No way. Not even a baseball diamond.
Fuck me.
No, dude.
They're always the cool animals that are endangered that we're like keeping and fucking up. It's always like a whale or a tiger or a lion. It's never like, oh, the cockroach is On the endangered species list, or someone you hate?
Well, you don't know when you're a kid, but then when you're a teenager, you're like, this isn't right.
These whales are sad.
Yeah, I'm not going to the whale show. Let's ride the coaster. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's no lineup.
That
We don't-
walrus is cutting his flipper over there.
Right?
Listen to fucking My Chemical Romance fucking cutting
Poor
himself.
guys.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing to watch humans just go like, well, I'm not going to go to the ocean because that's far and hard. I want the whales to come to me.
Oh, yeah.
I want the whales here. No. It's the same as the fucking zoos, you know? They have these fucking beautiful animals, and people act like it's a happy learning experience. You don't
Makes
need to
me
learn.
cry.
Yeah, you don't need to watch a rhinoceros walk around.
Shit.
Yeah. Look at him shit. Now you're educated. It's like we could have looked at that in a book.
Use a stick to poke a whale as he tries to kill you with his giant tail. Eat chocolate ice cream while the dolphins scream. Everyone loves marine jail.
Except the dolphins.
With filthy tanks the size of tubs, full of steel shit and toxic sludge. Belugas you can see with low life expectancies. Everyone loves marine jail.
Except all the animals.
And now it's time for everyone in the entire universe's favorite segment, Endangered Ally, where we talk directly to endangered species all over the world and see how the fuck they're doing. Today, we'll be talking to our good friend, the blue whale. Blue whale, are you there?
Hello.
So, what are you guys up to? Are you eating well out there? What do you eat these days?
40 million krill, throwing a little zooplankton there for some flavor.
That's a lot of krill, babe.
Oh, yeah, man, I gotta eat. I'm getting ready to fuck this fall.
Oh my God. Why are your numbers dwindling so much? What's happening to you guys, blue whale?
Just complete murder. Being whaling, man. People just want a piece of us. They can't leave us alone. Let us be. They want us in museums.
Like Moby Dick back in the day? People are still into whaling?
That's what fucked us up, man. Moby Dick, he was the one. That book made everybody into it. Everyone wanted a piece.
Yeah. Do you guys read that book? Are you fans? Or
I've got an audio copy.
what kind of TV shows are you watching these days? You into Netflix or what's your deal?
We got our Netflix. Huge, my personal pleasure is always Deadliest Catch, I gotta see those crabs get the fuck up.
Fuck those crabs.
Tried to. Too small.
What's some ways that we can maybe help you guys with your numbers? How can we help the blue whale? What can we do for you? Help us, help you, Blue.
Well, thank you so much. This is actually what I'm glad you called. If you could just help me spread the word, On the internet, worldwidelife.org, you can adopt a blue whale.
You can literally adopt a blue whale?
Yep, there's 3 different packages, all for everybody, whatever anyone can afford, from $25 to $100.
And being the biggest, baddest bitch in the ocean, does that give you some clout with the other fish or the other animals? Are they afraid of you?
Oh, absolutely. The intimidation factor is amazing. Think if Nicki Minaj was walking down the street. You're going to stare, but you're not going to mess with her.
No, definitely not. You don't want any piece of those fucking thunderclap farts.
Hell no. I've got the original whale tail.
Dude, what are your fucking farts like?
You know those hurricanes?
Yeah, I've heard of hurricanes.
Yeah? How about tsunami? You heard
Yeah.
of those?
Yeah?
That's a fucking fart.
Get the
You
fuck
know?
out of here. That's a blue whale
Nope.
fart that causes that wave?
Blue whale, tsunami. Cum sharks, watch out.
Cum sharks? Wait, what's a
Yeah,
cum
man,
shark?
You guys, that's when I come out of my ass from being fucked in it so hard.
Good God almighty, blue whale. You are a sexually promiscuous porpoise.
Well, I can only get knocked up every 2 to 3 years, so when I do, I go all in, baby.
You go to town, and then once you felch it out, it creates those dirty cum water tsunamis.
What do you think all the foam's from in the ocean on the waves?
Ah.
The Black Donnellys were a large Irish family who immigrated to Lucan, Ontario, Canada around 1850 and illegally built a farm on Crown land. The property they were squatting on was later sold, and when the buyer came to claim his purchase, it led to the eldest Donnelly putting a handspike through the man's skull and killing him. Donnelly was sentenced to 7 years in prison, and by the time he got out, his many sons had grown into a brood of formidable fighters, drinkers, and shit disturbers, committing a myriad of crimes. The Donnellys owned a stagecoach company that competed with rivals by burning their stables, killing their horses, and intimidating their customers. The town soon grew sick of the Donnellys, and a local priest started a lynch mob which came up with the brilliant plan to get completely shit-faced and kill the whole family. The mob went on a rampage, shooting John Donnelly to death at one location, and then went to another location, beating 2 more Donnelly men, 2 Donnelly women, and their family dog to death with pitchforks and shovels before setting the house ablaze with the victim still inside. The resulting murder trials brought against the mob members were widely considered a farce to appease the broader public. Nobody was ever convicted of the Black Donnelly murders, despite eyewitness accounts from survivors. One juror was even quoted after the trial as saying she would not have convicted the members of the mob, even if she had watched them murder the Donnellys herself. This has been a fucked up part of our heritage.
You can make a phone call, but I need to see your ID. No, I need to see your ID. Why not? Because I'm not letting you. I need to see your identification. Why? Yeah. Because I have reason to believe you're not in the country legally.
I'm just letting you know that right now you guys are trespassing at this very moment. This is somebody's home. We're working here, yes.
Right.
But it is vacated. It's here. That people are living here.
Where?
Her vehicle is right outside. The Tahoe?
That's theirs.
Yes. So you guys are currently trespassing at this moment. So if you guys don't have a warrant, you're kind of breaking the law.
These people just walk in. They're not showing ID. They don't have warrants. They don't have anything. But they just have this insane power where they can go, even if somebody's been living in the country for 50 years, they have kids and grandkids and a place to stay and everything like that. It's like, fucking out of here. And they just come in, grab these fucks. They don't know where they are. They can't get a hold of them. They just end up in Mexico where they haven't been in 50 years and they don't know anybody.
Yeah.
They literally just dump them across the border. It's not like, oh, here's your new life in Cancun. It's like,
Get out.
get the fuck out, and now you're here and there's no way of getting back. The thing is too, a lot of, like in Mexico, a lot of parts of America was Mexico. You look it up, but like a lot of California, Texas, Arizona, these states, like there's a lot more, but they were Mexico, and then they were lost in American Mexico more. So it's always weird when people are like, where are these Mexicans coming from? It's like, that's where they're from. You went there and
drew
then
a line under them.
Yeah.
Or in between, in the middle of them.
Dude, that's exactly what happened. Basically what I'm trying to get at is they're a massive part of the economy anywhere in North America, just like white people are, just like black people are, just like everybody fucking is. So I just don't get why we're getting mad at this one group of people, because nobody ever gets mad at fucking, Johnny Smith coming from Canada with little blonde hair to go down to the States.
No, that's why I was getting worked, because I look like them.
Yeah.
Because I'm Mexican, really.
Yeah, you're an
Right?
immigrant.
I'm an immigrant, and I remember one lady got really mad at me when she found out I was kidding. She's like, fucking immigrants taking our fucking jobs. And I was like, sorry, I look like you, and I work harder than you.
Did she really get mad at you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought she was joking for like a second, and then I realized, like, oh, this lady's fucking serious. I'm like, I'm going to piss her off a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Obviously, you're a bunch of fucking immigrants, right? America is filled with white European immigrants.
Yeah.
And just because they got there slightly early. But this is the thing. With the Mexicans, again, a lot of them were there before the immigrants. It's like in Canada when they get mad at fucking Chinese people. They're like, where are these Chinese people coming? It's like they built the fucking railroads 200 years ago. Where did your fucking Nona come from? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Who cares where people are from? But anyway, I think it's funny watching Americans do that, because Americans are some of the worst immigrants on earth.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the immigration when Americans come in places too. Oftentimes it's with bombs and planes and fucking tanks. They're worst immigrants on earth.
Yeah.
At least the Mexicans aren't coming in with fucking, Harrier jets and Apache helicopters blowing up your fucking kids and shit like that. You know?
They're like, no problem. What needs to be built?
Like,
what needs to be cleaned?
can
What
I
needs
help
to be
you?
picked?
What do
I
you
got
need?
you.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you.
That's
How can I
right.
make your life easier?
That's like the Mexican experience going into America is like, how can I get work to make my family better and get them out to a place where they're safe and where they can eat and they have some shelter. The American immigration policy is pretty much like, we blow you up and reduce you to ashes, and then we rebuild you however the fuck we want.
Like us.
Like us in Colombia. Thanks for hanging out, dude. It's been
Thanks
an
for
awesome time. Check out Sarah. What's your? Do you have anything on social media? Anybody could follow you?
Yeah, at Snatch Nuts, ends in a Z. Z for the Americans.
At Snatch Nuts. Yeah, your handle online was for so long. You're like Sarah Spider Nuts or something.
Oh yeah, I'm still Sarah Snatchface Donaldson on Facebook. And yeah,
Facebook still hasn't picked up on that. It's been years.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
They literally think her middle name is Snatchface.
Yeah, and my maiden name. For some reason, that's on there twice. Nair. Yeah,
that's the way to do it. You
No,
know,
that's me.
Make them think it's like, you know, oh, it's my mom's name. I'm changing it now. So that's great. So at Snatch Nuts. All right.
What is it?
Love you, buddy.
I love you.
You're
Thanks
fucking
so much,
best.
Brian.
No
You're the
problem.
best.
We'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank you, Chris.
Sarah Donaldson. And thanks, Chris. Thanks for hanging out with us on Glorious and Free. Ciao, bellos.